we're live.
Right.
So take it away, Martin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Young Wildlife Photographers Photo Chat. It's your hosts, Martin and Alex. And today we have Josh, Hauge, and Owen, Hodson. So I'm going to have them say a little bit about themselves, where they're from, how long they've been shooting, and then we're just going to get into some shots. So, yeah. So, Josh, you want to start off?
Yeah. So my name is Josh. I'm 17 years old, and I'm based out of Maryland. So, yeah, just like Upper Maryland part near Chesapeake. And then I've been shooting for about a year, but only seriously since like this September. So,
Yeah, a lot of shorebirds by Chesapeake Bay, aren't there?
yeah, I need to get down there more. I don't think that much I should.
All right, Owen.
Yeah, so I'm Owen, and I've been doing photography just over a year now. And then I'm from Devon in the UK. And yeah.
Nice. Awesome. So, yeah, we're trying to get more people from out of the US. These guys are awesome photographers. So, yeah, I'm going to pull up some shots now. Let's see. So I'm going to start out with one of Josh's shots. Yeah.
And while he's pulling this up, I'd just like to mention, if you ever want to get on the podcast, just send the Ywppc a DM on Instagram, and we'll try to get back to you and see if we can get you on.
All right. So screen sharing good?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Josh, take it away. What's the species? What's going on with this one? Actually, Alex, describe it first.
So this is a song sparrow silhouette with a fiery red bouquet as the background, and then just black all around it. So it's really cool, really interesting.
Yeah, so this was actually taken in my backyard a couple months ago. And yeah, it had been pretty dry, honestly. I had like not been taking any shots recently. And then I was about to go on a walk with like my mom and sister. And then this song sparrow just popped up on my neighbor's fence, and it was right at sunset. So yeah, I got some pretty good light behind the like trees behind my house. So it was coming in, filtering in through the back trees, and it made this really cool bokeh. And I took like hundreds of shots, but just to get the feeling out, like what I wanted. And I was shooting like at 1/4000th of a second just to get everything sort of black except for where the song sparrow was, because the sun was still, but yeah. And usually
so what was your ISO on this then?
My ISO was, I think it was like 100.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh wow, that's a lot of light. So was the sun going like right behind the trees? Was that just like the sun in the background, or was it more just like the sun's light trickling through?
Oh yeah, that's actually, this shot is mostly just the ball of the sun. That's why I was shooting. So yeah, but it came out full of bokeh because it was like filtering in through the trees.
Nice. That's awesome. I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, I love the shot, and I love doing this. I've been actually messing around with this stuff a little bit recently with tree swallows. And it's just so fun, you know, when the light's just coming through the trees and stuff, and it makes that awesome bouquet. I say bouquet. Wait, actually,
okay, so
I say bouquet. We say this on a lot of episodes. We like to see how people say it.
I don't know if it's right, but I say bokeh.
Bokeh?
Yeah, I say bokeh too.
And me and Martin say bouquet.
Yeah, it's weird. I think we've only run into like one other person that says bouquet, so we're probably just wrong.
No, but, I think we're right.
Definitely.
Bokeh? No. Okay.
Yeah, but it looks awesome. And I wanted to do some warblers this season with this, but it didn't end up happening. So yeah, but I mean, I love the shot, and song sparrows are pretty birds too.
Yeah, and they pose forever. This guy sat there for like a good 20 minutes. So
oh my God.
Yeah,
and,
awesome.
And also, I don't know, it's like I always like to say that a silhouette's not good unless you can tell what the bird is. And you can totally tell this is, even if you cannot tell it specifically it's a song sparrow, you can tell it's the shape of a sparrow.
Yeah.
Which I think really makes the image a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Great job, man. Yeah, so I'm going to go on to the next one, but I love that guy. So here's this. This is Owen's.
Yeah, so here's another silhouette. And
That's
there's
really nice.
The white sky and the black foreground, and then a deer looking out. It's facing away. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And this is another one where you can definitely tell what you're looking at. Like you can tell it's a deer, and you can get all those, the legs in it are actually really interesting, and the ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this shot was taken on this massive national park really close to my house. And I've just been out, I was out for a shoot in the evening at the rut, so all the deer were roaring.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was just about to go home, saw this deer on the horizon, and then the light was a bit rubbish by then, but I knew I had the shot in mind, so I took it and looked on my laptop, just edited it a little bit, and really happy with the result.
Yeah. Were you planning on getting this shot when you first came?
No, I wanted to get initially. I wanted to get the rutting shot with the 2 stags, but I didn't manage to get that. But I did get them roaring and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Are they just like grazing on the field, and you're down like below the hill, and that's how you got the flat look?
Yeah. So the place where I go, it's quite a small town, but there's over 800 red deer there, and there's so many deer there, so they're everywhere. But yeah.
So I love this shot because it's like cut right down the middle, it's like it's just black and white, and it's super like, awesome. And then there's just a deer in the middle of it, and it's like I remember I saw this shot on your page before we got you on, and I was like, this one needs to go on there. It's so good. But yeah, so I mean, and this is a red deer, right?
Yeah, red deer hind.
Nice. Do they seem to be pretty skittish, or are they kind of
in my experience, it's on and off. Quite a lot of the time they're skittish, but I have found like one herd which were fine with me getting there. I've been like under a meter away from some of them.
Oh wow. Yeah, we have elk, which are a lot like red deer. I don't have elk like where I am. I have to go out west, but they're a lot like red deer, except they're more brown, less like copperish red, sort of, and also their call is like a lot more like a whistle or so than like, because I know the red deer is like pretty like a roar, as you were saying.
Yeah, it's really loud.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, so that's awesome. I love the shot, and I just it looks amazing. Wait, I want to get out to England actually and photograph the red deer. So this is Josh's.
So this is a backlit gosling in some grass, Canada gosling, and its fluff is all lit up because it's backlit.
Okay. Yeah, so I took this a couple weeks ago, when there was like this pond I was focusing on photographing stuff at, and all the Canada geese had been laying on their eggs, and I was sort of waiting for the first ones where they were going to hatch, and I'd been going there for almost every day for like a week, just kind of waiting because I knew it was going to happen. And then one day I showed up, and this pair had 3 little goslings. They were like running around. They were super, fluffy and everything. So I went, this was taken early in the morning because the light's really good at that location in the morning. And so I would just lay in the grass in front of where the geese were walking, because if I tried to approach them, usually they start like shuffling away because they get like freaked out and stuff. So if I laid in front of them, the goslings would like come right up in front of me. And this was taken, I zoomed out to about like 380 millimeters, I think. This guy was walking pretty close to me. So and the backlight was super nice. And I specifically wanted to backlight it because their like down feathers were so fluffy. I knew it'd look really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is that in the background?
Yeah, it's sort of weird. It was like the reflection of a pond. And then also there was this huge oak tree, which is sort of to the left of the frame, that green sort of like blob right there. And then way back, the orange spots, or just the sun sort of filtering in from a back forest.
Oh, that's really cool, actually.
Nice, yeah. The background is awesome, and then it's just like, I like how it's like super bright. It reminds me of spring, and it's like it really captures that well. And I want to do some of this backlit stuff with baby plovers this season, because it goes through the fluff, and it's just awesome, But yeah,
it's a great shot. I love the look of like baby like waterfowl and shorebirds.
Yeah.
And then when you get eye level to them, because you normally, whenever you see them, people just like look down on the small little thing, and the perspective when you get eye level is really, really cool.
Yeah. Also important on getting eye level here. You did a good job of that. It can get the foreground and the background and everything, But yeah, and then I've actually how did the parents feel about you? Because I know some people have problems with Canada geese.
Yeah, these parents were super chill. They were pretty much letting me walk up. There were some other pairs there that were super protective, so sort of avoiding them so I wouldn't get attacked and they wouldn't feel stressed out or whatever. But yeah, this particular pair was really chill, and they're all three of the goslings actually made it, even though there's like a ton of snapping turtles at that pond that have dropped the numbers of the goslings that survived. But these three all ended up surviving, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, whenever I try to photograph goslings, I notice that they are like really protective. Like the parents are really protective here, and they keep them all together. And I'm just like, it's not worth it because the conditions are not normally great when I see them.
Yeah, I've never been attacked by a goose, thankfully, not yet at least. So knock on wood. But I had some parents hiss at me the other day when I was trying to shoot them from outside the car. I was like, all right. But yeah, speaking of when you were saying snapping turtles, I have a pond near me with like a swan nest every single year. Well, a few areas near me with swan nests, and sometimes only one of the baby swans makes it because snapping turtles just eat like all of them.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Mute swans?
Mute swans, yeah. I wish we had like trumpeters or something near here, but
yeah, I mean we get all three of the swans you can find in North America.
That's awesome. I've seen the other ones, but I haven't. They don't live around here, and I also don't have great shots of them. But yeah, the shot's awesome. I love it. It's such a cute little bird. So yeah, we'll move on to next one. Oh, wow. This is awesome.
Yeah, this is a is it that great crested grebe?
Yeah.
And it's backlit, or maybe a little bit more side lit, but it's in a pond and everything around it's like golden. And it looks like there's almost like a little bit of a haze coming up from the pond. So what time of day did you take this at? Sunrise?
Yeah, so I had to get there just before sunrise, and this was at sunrise then. So yeah.
So was it like a chillier morning and that was fog coming off?
Yeah, it was freezing, and then there was loads of mist on the lake. And then yeah, these guys were in amongst it, and I managed to get quite a good photo.
Nice. Yeah, I love grebes.
Was it like hard to get close to them? Were they skittish? What did you have to do to get the shot?
They're not too bad. There's a bit at the quarry where you can go down and get almost eye level. This wasn't perfectly eye level, but you can almost get there. And yeah, they're not too bad. I haven't been there in a while, but they will let you get quite close.
Were you planning on this shot, or just kind of like, yeah, I'll get up early tomorrow and?
Yeah, I saw a few shots on Instagram I saw a few shots of mute swans in mist, and then I've been here before quite a few times, and I just instantly thought of this. So yeah.
I love this shot. I love grebes too. They're such pretty birds. I want to do some stuff like in mist this season with loons. I just don't know how to get eye level with them because they're always like way far out and stuff. But yeah, I mean, the golden light is just awesome here. And I love he caught the action with the bird like opening his mouth too.
Yeah, I wasn't intending to get that. I didn't think I did until I actually looked at my shots, and I only realized, but yeah, got quite lucky with that.
Nice. So yeah, how often do you see these guys? Like throughout the year?
I'm pretty sure they're here all year. At the moment, they would have just finished. Most of them would have just finished breeding, and they've had their chicks now. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they're doing quite well. First time I came to this location, there was only 2, and now the last time I went, there's 6 or 7. So doing really well.
Yeah, and how big is how big is the body of water?
Oh, it's massive. So yeah, it's huge. It's a quarry. It's probably like the size 2. Well, I don't know if probably the same size, but 2 football pitches.
Okay, I got you.
So was it making a call in this or just yawning?
Well, I didn't actually hear any call, but there's so many birds there, so it could have been this because I've never heard them call before. But it was just I don't know if you can see. There's kind of ripples in front of it, mm-hmm. and they're leading up to him. Right, just out the left side of the frame is it's pair. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I was just gonna say, I think my favorite part about this is all the mist, because I mean, it just gives like such an aesthetic feel to it, especially with the golden light pouring in. It looks so cool.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Mist just makes shots amazing. Yeah, I haven't shot in mist.
Stayed there for like 2 hours.
Whoa,
that's nice. Yeah, so this is an awesome shot, dude. I love the color. Alex, it kind of reminds me of your Sanderling that you posted.
Oh, recently. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
You know, the golden light one. Yeah, so this is awesome, dude. That's amazing.
Thank you.
So this next one, this next one's a solitary sandpiper. and it's got some nice bouquet in the foreground and the background. And it's got almost kind of like a magenta-y look to the whole image. So were you planning the shot? Was it like a local mud flat? And how messy did you get for this one?
Pretty messy. There's this pretty decent sized mud flat near my house, and there's lots of shorebirds actually only for like 2 weeks in the spring, maybe 3 weeks. It's usually just solitary sandpipers that come by, and then occasionally some yellowlegs, but they're really not there the rest of the year. So I was going there almost like every day I could go shooting. I was going there because I really wanted to get some shots of them. No one goes out on the mud flat because it's basically just filled with like goose poop and mud. So everyone kind of avoids it. But I like trekked out there, and then the solitary sandpipers were really skittish, and it was weird. You could like walk to them, but as soon as I laid down to get at eye level, they'd start like walking away distant. So this one, I was able to like lay down in the mud, and then it was just feeding in the water there, and it gave me some pretty cool looks. And
how close were you?
I don't actually know. I wasn't super close. I'd gotten closer to a couple individuals, but yeah, probably like, I don't know, 30 feet away, maybe less. I'm not sure.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible at all.
Yeah, not terrible. Especially, this one was super chill compared to some of the other ones. But it actually, the sun, like sort of the worst thing had happened. The sun was getting really nice and low in the sky. And then this big cloud just like sort of came right just where the sun was. And at the last second. And I was so mad.
I feel you. Sorry.
No, yeah.
I was saying,
well, I think even though it was cloudy, it actually made it have a really cool look to it. So
yeah, especially with like the almost purple tones which came from the mud flat.
I have a mud. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. What I was gonna say earlier is when you said the cloud, I was shooting piping plovers a few months back, and I was doing a few weeks where I just wanted to focus on getting backlit shots with the water background, with all the colors and stuff. And I got there early. I was getting like set up and everything. And then this cloud just covered the sun right before it was about to get good. I was so mad. I was like, bro. So yeah, it's basically the exact same thing that happened. But I just thought that was funny.
There's just also a mud flat kind of close to me that was made from them draining a lake. So I'm just trying to like take it in before they refill the lake. And I for a while wasn't able to get eye level. And then finally I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to go down there. So I climbed down the wall and got on my waders and went in the mud flat. And I would just like to say, if you are doing that, just make sure you don't actually fall in through the mud. Because this had sinking mud and I had to make sure I was in the grassy area so it wouldn't fall through.
Yeah. I almost fell through a couple times. I didn't have waders on, so I came home an absolute mess. But
you didn't have waders?
No, it's not. It's not that deep. This specific part isn't that deep. There's deeper sections of it, so I was actually able to walk on top of it without completely sinking. There are a couple spots where I got pretty low.
So how was this mud flat made?
It's not super big. It's more just to the side of this one lake. And when the water recedes, there's this insane amounts of mud everywhere. But I know that later in the summer, they get pretty high water levels. So the whole mud flat just gets sort of covered with water.
Yeah.
And are people staring at you the whole time? Why is this guy in the mud?
Yeah. There's this guy. He was what the heck is he doing?
Yeah. I've never shot a mud flat, but it sounds so messy. Oh no, it's just I'm lucky.
Okay, I'm sorry. If you guys ever get an opportunity to shoot a mud flat, it is definitely worth it.
Yeah, I've gotten lucky because all of my shorebirds are on beaches and stuff. So I mainly just do piping plovers, sanderling, stuff like that. But it's all on nice, hard sand beaches. I could just lie down.
You've never gotten the real shorebird experience.
No, I have not yet. So that should be fun. I want to go down to Florida though and do the mud flats and stuff that they have down there.
All right, want to go on to the next shot?
Yeah, sure. That's awesome, dude. That's great. So this is Alex's, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. So this is a white ibis, and I took this one in Cape May, and their populations have been slowly climbing north. And apparently, some birder told me like 2 years ago, any white ibis report was like considered rare. People went out to go see it, but now they're just like there.
Yeah.
If you see 7 of them or less, then it does not count it as a high number. But at this one location, they're actually starting to breed, which is the farthest north that I've ever heard of them breeding. And yeah, these white ibis are just like in this rookery with all these other heron. And we first get there, it's like 6:30, the sunlight's pretty nice. Looks like I just like go up to this railing, because it's like a little railing and you can get to the top of the trees. And then just like the white ibis sitting there. It was my life for white ibis. And I'm just like, Dad, come here. The white ibis are just sitting there. And they're really close. And this one was like fluffing itself off. And
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The shot's super sharp. I like, because the perch is all in focus and the bird's all in focus. And then the background's like not super distracting or anything, but it's not like just a plain color either. So it's like still appealing, but it's not crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just love like them in their, like the adults in their breeding plumage or actually I'm not sure if their plumage changes, but the like that red bill and the red face and that like crystal blue eye. I just love the bird. And I know in like Florida they're super common, and I thought those were my life for white ibis, but then I reviewed some photos I took in like 2014 when I was like 7 years old and definitely not birding, and I saw pictures of me feeding the ibis, and I'm like, that wasn't even my lifer. Come on.
That's pretty cool.
That's fun. Yeah. I've seen glossy ibis.
Yeah, so these guys were foraging a little bit with the glossy ibis. I saw one foraging with them.
Yeah, nice. Wait, Owen, do you guys have ibis out by you? Any ibises or?
Yeah, I know there's 8 glossy ibis near me. That's
nice.
it.
Okay,
but do you guys have them like breeding, or they're more just like a vagrant species?
I think they must have been breeding, because it started off there was only 2, and then now there's 8, so they must be.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
and Josh, do you guys? I know you guys do get glossy ibis, and I know you haven't seen one, but have you seen any white ibis?
I have not. I'm actually going to Cape May later.
Oh, you are?
So I'm hoping to. But I was gonna say, there's some heron rookeries near my house, and I always have the worst luck when I shoot there, because they're so like cluttered and full of branches that all the are always like deep inside the branches and stuff when I photograph it. So whenever I see good shots from heron rookeries, I'm always like so impressed.
Well, I can't give any specific locations out on the podcast, but after I'll tell you the location. Or I'm pretty sure I already did tell you, actually.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
I've seen glossy by me, but yeah, I mean, that's it. There's some like back roads. I know there's some roads that just have them on there for some reason. But yeah, so I mean, I love the shot, dude. I love the bird, and it's awesome.
Yeah, so one more thing about the glossy ibis. When I first arrived in Cape May, I was driving, and there's like this little picnic area, and there's a marsh to the left of the road, and on the right side there's a forest, and then there's a little picnic area between 2 highways, and there's just glossy ibis foraging in the picnic area, like a little just in the grass. And I saw that, and I was just like freaking out, like, Dad, pull off. And he's like, I can't, it's on the highway, and I needed to give him a lot more notice. But
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So nice. I'm gonna move on to the next one. Let's see. So this is Owen's.
Oh man, this is just a puffin with a lot of, are those sardines or
sand eels
in its mouth? Just like a ton of them. That's crazy.
Yeah, so this shot was taken on an island near my house, which is really close, and they only stay there whilst they're breeding, which is only a few months. So you got to get over there whilst you can, because it's really busy as well. But yeah, I went down to near where the puffins were, and they just carry on walking up to me, and then I see one flying in with a mouthful of fish. So I just get my camera ready, check my settings really quickly. As soon as he lands, I see this nice background with some green, and I get low, try and get eye level, and then got this shot.
It's awesome. Nice. Did you have the shot in mind, or just like happened by chance like that?
Yeah, mainly when I think of puffins, this is normally the photo that comes to mind, and most people think of it. So that ideally, this is what I went out for, and I got it, which is really lucky. But yeah, I did
Yeah.
one time.
Yeah, I love when you like go out and you get that shot, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love puffins. I don't have any good shots I don't have any great shots of any puffins. I've seen Atlantic a lot, but I just don't have any good pictures. And then I have some better shots of tufted, and then some shots of horned puffins as well. But yeah, so that's
I've never seen a puffin.
Yeah, I got quite lucky because where they were, there's loads of these nice purple and pink flowers. And I've got another shot. I don't know if you see it's just there as a print, but it's got like loads of flowers in the foreground and it's got a nice dark blue background because of the sea. But yeah.
Yeah, so are these puffins pretty skittish and are they common?
No, people over there, quite a lot of people say that they're skittish, but most of the time it's them walking up to you. They're really curious birds.
Nice.
And awesome. Would you say there's a lot of them there?
Yeah, they said, I think I saw something, they said they counted over 300 burrows.
Oh wow.
Damn. Yeah. So that's nice. I love all the fish in its mouth in the foreground and the background. It's not like distracting or anything. It's just, it's that, as you're saying, it's the image that you think of when you think of an Atlantic puffin.
Yeah, thank you.
But I think we're gonna have to get one more photo and then sum it up.
Do one more. So this is mine, and I'll have Alex describe it real quickly.
Yeah, so it's a tree swallow on a perch, and then it's like the sun to the left of it, and just like a nice reddish orange sky. It's amazing.
Thank you. So this was at a place near me I went to recently, and I posted a shot on my Instagram of like, I had the sun like filtering through the leaves and stuff. But this was a shot that I got. It was sitting on top of one of the bird boxes. And in this place, there's like 150 bird boxes in these fields, or like 200 or something like that. And there's it's a lot of them. There's house sparrows, a handful of bluebirds, and then everything else is just tree swallows. Like there's tree swallows everywhere. And this one was sitting on top of its box. And I was like, I got behind it because I got tired of the front lit shots, and it was like, it was nice. But for the front lit, I'd like a natural perch. But for here, I was able to go behind it and then put the sun to the left of it and, kind of make it more interesting since he was on a man-made. But so that's the sun on the left, and then he's just sitting on top of there. And I want to go back and get a shot where at like, f22 and like 8,000 ISO, and I mean not ISO, 8,000, like a shutter speed of 8,000 of a second, and like 100 ISO, and just get them silhouetted perfectly in the sun. Yeah. But yeah, so I love tree swallows, and I had a blast shooting these guys recently. So yeah,
it's great. All right, guys. If you can stop sharing, Martin, so we can sum it up. Oh my God, 6,800 emails, Martin. Martin, you got to check those emails, man.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta do that. Sorry.
Okay, that sums it up here today on the Ywppc podcast with your host Martin and me. So cue the music.